got news coming out right now. Uh, Issac Cruz Sr. is a guy who's putting out some news about Zepeda's last performance. He put his opinion out there. He wasn't trying to be malicious or anything like that. He just gave his honest opinion, and he gives some good interviews. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, you can say whatever you want about the fathers in boxing, but he gives some great interviews. And only thing I want him to do is get his son back to his how he was a couple of years ago, as far as his tenacity and his approach and aggressiveness, not leaning on the judges. But he's getting a lot of different things right now where he's talking about Zepeda's last performance. The way I seen it, I wasn't surprised by the performance that Tevin Farmer had, but we know how the judges are and everything else. But it seems like Cruz Sr. felt like Tevin Farmer was the guy who should have won that fight. And he's speaking up about it and saying that Zepeda benefited from, I guess, the scoring cards or the judges or whatever, but he feels like Tevin Farmer was the person who should have won that fight. And that's good on him for being honest. Like I said, a lot of people get it misconstrued, but from what I've seen recently over the last couple of years, well, over the last 12 months, Issac Cruz dad, he's been pretty, when he's talking about his son, he's probably going to be biased in certain situations. But when he's talking about other situations, he's been pretty honest about certain things. I know the last time when he was talking about the De Los Santos and Shakur situation, he was pretty honest about that. And with this situation right here between Zepeda and Farmer, he's right. It was a pretty close fight. Farmer was dominating, and he was doing what he needed to. He looked better than he did in his last fight, and he had a knockdown. And it was a very good technical knockdown. Wasn't really a flash. He really flattened him. You know what I'm saying? Zepeda was definitely hurt. But very tough fight. And Cruz Sr. said that he felt like Farmer was the guy who should have won that fight. And a lot of fans felt like that as well, but didn't really get too much support over the whole idea just because we know how that goes in the old Shacky Foster situation. A lot of people didn't care about calling out that as a robbery. But they would call out other fights as robberies, like Hitchens and Lemos. They'll call Crawford versus Madrimov a robbery. Certain things like that. Didn't hear too much about, it's kind of 50-50 with the Vernon Ortiz and Boychuk fight. But, different situations. But in this fight right here, you can definitely tell that this was a fight that Zepeda was supposed to lose. Didn't do much in this fight to win the fight. Like, let's be honest. You got to go in there and win the fight, dominate. Even if you're a champion, all that stuff as far as taking from the champion, that's fairy tales. You got to go in there and dominate. It's a fight at the end of the day. You still got to win. And that's what his honest opinion was. He just felt like Zepeda definitely benefited from it. And he also put some other news out there as well that I'll be reporting on soon. But that's all I got right now.